everyone, this is a design tour, a program in which I look at the world around me through the prism of design. We are in Baku and we have 20 minutes to raise our level of good taste. We won't waste time, let's go! Today, in our new episode, we will see some interiors that amaze and fascinate. We will also attend an interesting event in Baku. The design of any public space, and especially the design of a restaurant, is a particular kind of art. Here, the architect needs to take into account a lot of details in order to be understood not only by the customer, but also by the people who will visit this place. Ruslan Solnarev, who is definitely a talented architect, knows how to create an interior that will be attractive for the people with completely different tastes. We met Ruslan in the center of Baku, where his studio's new showroom will open its doors very soon. Ruslan, we are very pleased that you invited us to your new location, your future showroom. The renovation is on the way, but very soon I think you will invite us to the opening. Please tell us about the key directions of your company. We opened this studio in Baku in order to create some very interesting locations for this beautiful city and this beautiful country. I'm talking about design, architecture, restaurants. The OM design team has so many successful projects that at some point Ruslan decided that he could offer to its customers not only restaurants design, but the whole concept of it. We have added a consulting direction. What is consulting? It's a turnkey restaurant. We do from A to Z, start up, run business for a certain time, and after that the customer decides for himself. He can become our partner and we move on together, or we let go and he manages this project himself. We also specialize in private interiors, up to a complete set on a turnkey basis. The popularity of Ruslan Solnarev and his studio is due to his approach to work. Ruslan literally makes people fall in love with his projects, at first the clients and then guests of these restaurants. The trick is that I use the most creative, ingenious catalog that can be. I'm talking about nature. It provokes the creation of a very special stuff. There is even such a movement, bionics. Bionics is a trend in architecture that Leonardo da Vinci, Gustave Eiffel, Gaudi, Zaha Hadid turned to. But bionics for Ruslan is more of a signature style. The studio works in eclecticism, boldly mixing various elements in one interior. We create the story. This is what I work on the most. The main provocateur of the idea is nature. I can walk down the street, see a snail, stop, take a picture of it from different angles and see the concept in it. Ruslan, I want to talk about some of your projects that have impressed us a lot. The BOHO restaurant, which has been operating for 4 years, amazes with its design, interior and cuisine. And now I know there will be a continuation of the well-loved, well-known BOHO. BOHO is actually a very interesting concept. It combines, I would say, mythology with authenticity. And it's all connected not only with gastronomy, but also with patio concept. Ruslan's task was to create a new world, an interior that would strike the imagination, but at the same time remain understandable for as many visitors as possible. And the architect coped with this task perfectly, having found an amazing concept. For myself, I call it the game of a python and a bull. In fact, the client doesn't even know about it. I took a python as a basis and took a bull as a basis. What I took as a basis from a bull is a horn. What I have taken from the python is its coloration. This is a boho mask. A person entering this place takes off his ordinary mask and puts on a boho mask and gets into such a magical, mythological process from atmosphere to gastronomy. Sounds great! Looks even better! Over the 4 years of its existence, the restaurant has acquired regular visitors who value the atmosphere. The mythological interior, filled with shapes, textures and light, changes with the onset of darkness, and every detail begins to play in a new way. Nothing is accidental here. For example, 6,500 fire stakes on the ceiling are not randomly sized. They are lined up to create the right acoustics for the room. Well, the Kiev legend, which everyone is talking about and everyone knows, these 5,000 bull horns on the wall. Everyone asks where I found them. Well, I found. Been looking for a very long time. I found an abandoned slaughterhouse, an abandoned warehouse where it all lay, roughly speaking, like trash. We made lamps out of them, we made panels out of them, we made a certain zoning out of them between the terrace and the main hall in the windows. Illuminated horn looks like onyx. The restaurant welcomes you with a huge terrace that is functional all year around. The central place here is occupied by a contact bar, where you can spend time both during the day and in the evening. The main hall of the restaurant immediately immerses the visitor in a unique atmosphere, which makes Boho a unique place. You can go to another karaoke room, Boho Safari. This is a continuation of Boho, where you find yourself in a futuristic jungle where golden monkeys hang. You are met at the entrance by a huge sitting gorilla, huge giraffes on the bar. This is just the improvisation I was talking about. Authenticity, bionics and improvisation. Boho is a cult of pleasures. And now a new BOHO Yosai opens in Kiev, the concept of which is in no way inferior to its older brother. Monument of architecture, vaulted ceiling, walls. The building is about 200 years old. There are no walls and ceilings at your disposal as everyone is used to work. It remains to come up with a design in the air, and there is ventilation in the center. I took the king cobra as a basis. The king cobra amazed me with its scales, which shimmer, which has a gradient. She has a very interesting shape and structure. The interior of this restaurant is based on the philosophy of human life cycle. The whole space is full of art objects and interesting details. And although the restaurant is still quite young, it already has its fans. When a person enters, Cobra is small, relatively. She spins around the mirror, diving and emerging. Then we go to the next room. It is already getting bigger. She goes behind the bar and onto the bar. And the next, third hall, it is even bigger. It is huge. It passes over your head. I emphasize the fact that man is decreasing. With every room, he gets smaller and smaller and smaller, because whatever one may say in this life regarding nature, we are not really that great. Ruslan, tell us about one more hall. He's very interesting too. We climb and enter the magical jungle. We are greeted by a huge ostrich. Its legs are 2 meters high. Reception is in front of him, and his head protrudes from the walls and hold light bulbs. And the entire ceiling is covered with greenery. You pass into the tropics. I would say the magical tropics. Of course, we do not only restaurants, but also apartments, private houses. First of all, we think over the ergonomics, and then we completely finalize the installations of light and color. The design world of Azerbaijan welcomed the opening of the own design consulting studio in Baku with great interest. All our crazy ideas are fully developed, thought out and implemented. By the way, in Baku, whoever sees my projects, they say, you did this, you did that, and that's great. But you can't do that in Baku. I tell everyone, guys, in Baku we will make it even cooler. To confirm his words, architect Ruslan Solnarev is currently working on the concept of an Italian cafe in Baku. This is a very, very magical place in the old city of Baku. I think it will be a small oasis with an Italian vibe. Emotional delight and a sense of harmony in space is Ruslan Solnarev's signature style. And the next time you are in one of his restaurants, be sure to remember his words. Everything you see around makes sense. One of this summer's highlights was the presentation of a new issue of the social and political magazine AzerI Observer. This is the first event organized by the magazine since the start of the pandemic. and it was in every sense at the highest level. Representatives of the diplomatic corps of the country, the heroes of the issue, authors and numerous friends of the publisher, ambassadors of Greece, Jordan, the Czech Republic, Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Slovakia, the European Union, Sweden, Brazil, Chile, the United Nations coordinator, general managers of five-star hotels, bankers, and other respected people gathered at the residence of the plenipotentiary ambassador of Italy to the Republic of Azerbaijan, Claudio Tafuri, and his wife, Maria Stajano. Here, enjoying the unique view of the old city and the Shirvakhshan's palace, which opens from the terrace of Italy's residence, the guests savored dishes prepared for the celebration by the chief and owner of the Italian restaurant Scalini, Elio Bevilacqua. The performance of the Voice of Azerbaijan finalist Hidayat Aliyev made this evening even more special. The evening, which smoothly turned into night, ended with a themed DJ set that left no one indifferent. It is the design that bridges the gap between beauty and functionality, creating special living conditions. The design tour reveals this philosophy. See you in a week. Bye.